Okay, so we're beginning part two of our Build Along House Project series, and we are going to show you the basement. Okay, so me and Finn are going to go on a little tour of what we did off camera on the basement. I'm going to show you some measurements. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7 blocks. We will now come out here where I have plans to make a downstairs living room, and I will show you how wide this is. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 7 blocks wide, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 13 blocks. Okay, now over here we have a skinny little hallway leading back to a secondary bedroom because we have another bedroom. This room is also going to be a bedroom. So heading back here to our secondary bedroom, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, yep, 5 by 5. Okay, so moving on to the next room. Starting over here, this is 4 blocks, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6, and then it comes out, and there's like a block right here. Obviously, opening. Oh, okay. And then 2 more blocks, and then it goes back 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, 5. Yeah. I can't speak, y'all. So this is 1, 2, 3. Picking up at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is 16 blocks. Moving on to the next room, we're going to head down here. This is like a little skinny room that I made. Not sure what we're going to do with it, but I'm going to give you the measurements. Back here, this is just 3 blocks. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8 blocks. Okay, so heading back over here, I'm going to build up some bricks right here. And from the floor to the ceiling, it's obviously 4 blocks. We're going to do slabs on the ceiling. Well. We'll begin working on the ceiling. So I'm going to start by putting a bunch of slabs all over the ceiling. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to kind of do like a fancy design-ish. I'm going to make these a little thicker, like this. And then I'm going to do like this. It's not the nicest, but it's okay. So now I will move on to the next room. Okay, for this room, and please get out. Thank you. We are going to put a light in the center, and then I'm just going to put a bunch of slabs all around it, and yeah, this room, I don't think I'm going to do any fancy designs on the ceiling. I think I'm just going to do like kind of like this, yeah. Okay, I'm now going to do the hallway, so I'm going to place some glowstone right here, and then I'm just going to do some slabs. And for this room, I'm going to do some stone kind of right there. Then I'm going to get some slabs, kind of do like this. Okay, now that I've completed the ceiling, I'm going to poke in some lights. I'm going to poke in one right there, and then I'm going to put one further down here, and then maybe one right there. Okay, so 3 away from this wall, and 3 away from that wall, I'm going to place a light right there. Then going back 3, place another light, then back another 3, then place another light. Okay, so this is the completed ceiling for the downstairs living room. Okay, we're now going to move into this skinny room, which I have no idea what I'm going to do with this room. But I'm going to go in and place a light right about, we'll do one kind of like that, and then we'll do slabs across the rest of the ceiling. We are now going to do the flooring, which I'm going to do kind of like this. Okay, as of right now, all rooms should feature stripped spruce log, except for the garage. And I'm not talking about the upstairs, I'm just talking about the downstairs. So most of the rooms in the downstairs should only feature, yeah, the stripped spruce log. Expand the flooring of the green room out a block right here. Staircase leading up to the upstairs floor, and I'm going to start by continuing this flooring out a couple blocks. Then I'm going to build up kind of like this, do kind of like that. Okay, now that I've done that, I'm going to expand it out like this. And then kind of continue the staircase all the way up. And we're gonna have to bring back the kitchen just by one block. So that way the staircase can fit. Do kind of like this. And I'm going to make adjustments to this because I know this, obviously has some flaws and stuff that need to be fixed. And underneath here, I'm going to go up kind of like that. Like this, and then do kind of like that. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand this right here, because right about here, I want to make an exit to the house. Then I'm going to go up here, do kind of like this, build up the wall a little right here. So right about here, I'm going to make another exit to the house. I want to make a door like be right about here. Need to add probably a ceiling kind of right here. Kind of like that. And then do like this. And then we're going to have an exit to the house be right about here. Then kind of right about here, I'm going to poke a little window viewing out of the house. I might move that over a block, but kind of have a little window peeking out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have to expand the kitchen out to however far this goes out. So just expand it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Expand it out by 6 blocks. Then I'm going to make it go all the way to right about here. Kind of like this. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Since we've made this wider, I'm going to break this and kind of make this a little longer and then push this out a little bit and maybe make this room a little smaller. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I want the kitchen to be a little skinnier, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break these blocks, make it make it a little smaller, expand this room a little bit more, and expand the master bedroom out a little more. Okay, as you can see, I've made some major rearrangements, in particularly to this room. This room got expanded, so this room is now longer than 6 blocks on the side. So I'm going to give you the new measurements is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is now 9 blocks instead of the previous 6 blocks. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is now 10 blocks. And the kitchen is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is now 12 blocks. And from this wall, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is now 13. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this room a tad bit shorter, and I'm going to build back the lounge area I destroyed when I made this a little longer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this room smaller by 2 blocks. So this room is now a little smaller, so that way I can have some room to build back the lounge area that I destroyed. Okay, so I've now kind of built back the lounge area. I'm going to build back the mud brick stairs, but I'm going to use slabs this time and build it back kind of like this. Okay, I'm now going to expand this room out a little more, and then I'm going to continue to expand it so that way there can be a door connecting it to the living room. Okay, so I'm now gonna do like this. I'm kind of gonna build up the walls, kind of like this, and then do kind of like that. Oh, and I'd like to apologize. I know this build tutorial, this episode in particularly, has been kind of difficult-ish to follow along. I've been making lots of changes and stuff, and I'm sorry if I have thrown you off or confused you. I can't speak. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so I'm now going to continue to work on this room, and I'm going to do kind of like this, and kind of have the door to the living room. I'm going to make the door to the living room right here, and then have the entrance to the green room be right here. Actually, I'm going to change that. I'm going to make the entrance to the green room right here. And when we go into the green room, I'm going to use this block. I'm gonna do try like a kind of like a yellow color for the green room, I think. Okay, so we're gonna temporarily shift our attention from this chaos that's been throwing off the entire build over to the green room, do kind of like this, and then make it kind of go like this. And now we're gonna add some windows. So I'm going to do kind of like a 2 block spacing for a window, then, kind of keep doing that pattern all the way until, you hit the end, and then do the same on this side. And done. We have now kind of laid out where windows will be in the green room. Okay, shifting our attention back to this room that connects the blue hallway to the kitchen. I've expanded it a block out, so that way there's now a little gap entering the kitchen. Okay, so I've now built up the walls. So from the floor to the ceiling right here, it is 4 blocks, and I'm going to use this for the ceiling. Oh, and it's raining. But yeah, I'm going to use this for the ceiling. Okay, so this is what the room looks like with the ceiling on. I'm going to add a light right about here, and I'm going to do some fancy kind of colors around it, kind of like this. And I'm going to do like that. Then I'm going to do a blue, probably a green, then another green right there, and then a blue. You can, get creative with it, maybe do a slightly different pattern than I did, but that is the pattern that I chose to go with. Okay, so I'm now, after making that light source, I'm now going to add a railing kind of on this part of the stairs, kind of like this. Okay, I don't like the fact that it touches the light, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break the corners and do kind of like, I'm going to do kind of like that, because I don't like the fact that the light was touching the railing. Okay, making our way back over to the living room, I'm going to start, kind of building up the walls on the living room. Okay, I've now started to kind of lay out some of the living room, and I'm going to make little opening spots kind of like right here, so that way we can have kind of like little windows into the green room. Okay, here's what I've done. I've made this wall taller, and I'm actually going to make this wall another block taller, and I'm going to have the ceiling slant down to this wall right here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build it out like this. Then I'm going to make it kind of come like, kind of like that, yeah. And then do like that. And then I'm just going to kind of repeat this pattern. Okay, once you've done that, the completed ceiling and stuff should look kind of like, somewhat like this. This should be kind of what the completed ceiling looks like. I'm going to make kind of a, kind of like this to make like a doorway entrance to the green room. Okay, so now over on this side, I'm going to build up the wall right here. Oh, and it's raining on me once again. Kind of like this. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do with the master bedroom. I'm going to push this back another block and then push this in another block. Okay, and for the kitchen, I've decided I'm going to use white concrete for the walls. Okay, so I've decided that white concrete is going to be the, walls in the kitchen. Now, I made sure to leave a doorway right here so that way this room could be expanded out a block and connect into the kitchen. And I would also make sure to leave a doorway right here so that way it can, connect to the master bedroom. And I'm now going to continue to expand the white concrete to do a full wrap around the kitchen. Okay, so this is what it looks like now that I've completely wrapped the kitchen in a white concrete. I left a little hole over here for a window. I'm probably going to poke out a few more windows in this room later on, and I'm even considering to build out a patio, so I'll possibly build a couple doors exiting from this wall out onto a patio out here. Okay, so this is what the kitchen looks like now that I have the ceiling on it. So this first light, these lights are all 1 block away from the wall. Then there's a 3 block gap, then the next light, then another 3 block gap, then the next light. And then there's a 2 block gap and then another light, 2 block gap, another light. And it goes all the way down. And I believe there's 6 lights on the strip and there's, yeah, 3 rows and then 6 lights on each strip, I believe. Yeah. Okay, I've decided for this room I'm going to change this flooring from stone to granite to add, I just don't, I think there's just too much stone, like the garage is stone, the workshop room is stone, so I just want to change it up a little bit in this room and add some granite. Now started to build up the walls. For this room, I'm just going to do some wood. I'm going to leave a little opening right here because I want there to be a little kind of back exit to the house right here. So I'm going to make sure I leave a little 3 gap opening right here. Okay, for now, I'm just kind of going to leave this room. I'm going to start and build up some of the walls for the blue carpet hallway. I'm going to have kind of like make it the wall kind of start off with this block, but then switch it over to white concrete. Okay, so this is what I did for the blue carpet hallway, and now I'm going to continue this design through this weird little hallway room. Okay, so now that I've continued this design into this room, I don't know what this hallway is, but now that I've continued that design through here, I'm going to work on the fireplace. Okay, I'm now going to add some fires under here. Right up here, I'm going to make like a little display kind of. Get some, yep. Do kind of like, oop, do kind of like that kind of, actually get rid of that. I don't like that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but right about here, I want to have like a little display. Still working on it. Okay, now that I've made some adjustments to the fireplace, I'm going to go back and do that idea I had earlier. I'm going to do like that. And boom, there's the living room fireplace. Okay, it is now time to make the master bedroom. Right here, I'm going to make a wall coming out. I'm going to actually move the entrance to the kitchen to be right there. And then right about here, I'm going to make like a little bathroom kind of back here. Kind of have like a entry to like a bathroom. And now here, I want to make like a closet. I'm not sure. Yeah, I want to make like a 2 door, like a double closet right here. Probably break that open, have some barrels back here, kind of like that, and then kind of yeah, and then do the same for like right here, and then have some doors leading in, and kind of have like a some closets right here. Okay, so I've now completed the closet. I'm going to bring the wood over right here. Now right here I'm going to get the beds, and because we have yellow carpeting, I'm going to do some yellow beds. This is going to be kind of like a yellow room. And then back over here, I'm not sure. I think I have decided that I am going to do bathrooms in the house. Now I'm going to come back to this bathroom later. This episode is not really focused on decorating. I have done a little decorating, but it's just focused on building up the walls and putting on ceilings. So I'm going to come back and finish this bathroom at another time. I'm now doing the ceiling for this room, and I'm going to go inside and do the lighting. So for the ceiling lights in this room, I'm going to do kind of like, gonna move that in a little, do kind of like this. And then I'm gonna add like a table. Okay, and I've now done this room. I'm not going to decorate it too much because decorating, I believe, is going to be part 3, the next part. Making our way back over to the master bedroom, I'm going to finish putting in a couple of walls, kind of like this, and then I'm going to put this ceiling on. All done. Now I'm going to go in here and add a light source, like kind of something kind of like this. And then I'm going to make my way over to the living room where I'm going to do the living room ceiling. Okay, so I'm kind of building the walls up like this because I'm going to have the ceiling come up and then slope back down, leading into the green room. Okay, I'll now start to put the ceiling on the living room. Gonna do kind of like this, then do a slab up, and then kind of continue this pattern for a little bit before sloping it back downwards. Okay, I will now begin to slope the roof back downwards. And all done. Okay, so we're now going to do a support beam thing that goes across the living room ceiling. And it should look somewhat like this. I'm now going to continue this pattern that started in the blue hallway, led down this black hallway. I'm now going to continue this wall pattern back into this room. And of course it's raining. Okay, right here I'm going to leave a little gap for a closet. I think I'm going to put a closet right there. And I think I've done it. I think it looks, I'm not sure if it's the best, but I think it looks pretty nice. Now, however, I do think I'll probably change it up. I think I'm going to go back to having this wood kind of wall design for this bathroom because I think I've settled on this being a bathroom and this bedroom. So I'm now going to build up using these jungle log. And kind of do kind of like this and then, leave a little opening right here to lead into the green room. The green room, because I think that's what we've been calling it, the green room. Kind of do like that. And you can kind of do like this. Do that and boom. Now this room just needs a ceiling. And you know what I should do? I should add like another closet right here. I can put some barrels right there. Do kind of like this. And then leave an opening for the closet and kind of like a little closet right there. Okay, I'm now going to put a ceiling on this guest bedroom, and then I'm going to move over and work on the bathroom over there. Okay, so I will now begin building the bathroom. So I want to add another closet right here, and then make like a little doorway here. Kind of make a little way into and have like a closet here and there, kind of like this. And then do another one right here. And then put some doors. And then we'll do some white doors for the closet over here. And then continue to wrap this. We should, I'm gonna put a window right there. And yeah, I think I just need to put some ceilings over this back area, but we're almost done with the walls and ceilings. There's not much left to do. However, we do have to go work on the garage and workshop and whatever that skinny room's gonna be. White concrete. Yeah, now I'm just gonna go put a ceiling on top. I'm just gonna use more of these quartz to do like a ceiling on top of these rooms. Okay, so I've now added a ceiling over these back rooms. I need to add some lighting. I don't know what's going on here. It's kind of neat, but I'm not sure why it's doing that. But yeah, I need to add some lighting back here, but I have put a ceiling on top of these rooms. Okay, so we're now going to start working on this little hallway that I'm still not sure what's going to be done with it, but I'm going to build it all the way back. Well, not quite all the way back, but I'm going to build it to right up here so it's nearly back to the kitchen. Now I'm going to get some stone and complete the flooring. And all done. Now I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this hallway. I might make it into a storage room or something. I kind of feel like now that I think about it, I probably should have just expanded the master bedroom over, but it's a I guess I'm just gonna do this. Okay, I'm now going to build the ceiling of the blue hallway and this skinny little hallway right there. Okay, I'm now going to add some lights under here, and I'm gonna add one, yeah, right about here, and then do kind of like, add like a little slabs. Oops. Kind of like this. Yeah, I think this is good, yeah. You know what I need to do? I need to add some windows on this hallway. It just, like, it feels weird not having any windows. Same for the bedrooms back here. It's dark and has no windows, so I need to add a fan. Let me get some slabs, get some of that. There's some white wood. This might change, but for now, this will add a lighting source. And I want to poke out a window right there. We already have a window in here, and then I'm going to poke another window right there. Okay, so I've now begun to slightly elevate the ceiling and put like the ceiling over this black hallway room. So I'm going to continue to raise the ceiling just a little bit, and then I'm going to go up here and add some slabs over the ceiling. Kind of like this. Probably do that. And then all done. All I want to do now is probably add some form of a light source coming down from the ceiling. Maybe do like that, and then kind of like that. Yeah, I want to do a door right here, but the problem is it's not really working out. But I kind of did this, and what I might be able to do is I might be able to add like another layer for the exterior, which should like make it work. Kind of like this, so that might work. I mean, I'm not going to use this block, obviously, but that's kind of my thought process as this being an entrance to the house. Okay, I'm now going to make my way over towards this room, which where I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with this room, but I'm going to go ahead and start building up the walls for this room. I'm just going to do a plain white color. I'm even going to add a little window right here so you can kind of like spy into this room. Oh, you know what I might do? I might make this ceiling low and then have this be a window. You can like look out. I don't know. Still thinking it through. But anyways, yeah. I think it I think it looks good. Yeah. Now I need to go add a ceiling. I'm gonna do the quartz again. Okay, now I'm going to work on the garage. I'm going to use wood and stone for the garage. And do like this, and then do kind of like this. And then I'm going to continue this stone into the workshop room. Kind of like this, and then do kind of like this. You know what I might do? Because the kitchen comes further out, I might make this room come just a couple blocks further out. I'm just gonna make it come out to right about there. And done. Now, I feel like that's a little too long, so I'm just gonna bring it back a couple of blocks. I'm not even gonna bother getting rid of this. It's just gonna have a thick wall. And then I'm going to give you the measurements for the workshop room, just in case you were wanting the measurements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 12 blocks. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is about 8 blocks. Okay, I'm now going to add a roof on the garage and the workshop room. And for the roof, I'm just going to do wood. And done. I will now do the roof on the garage, which will once again just be wood like the workshop room. And done. Now what I might do is I might change this roof to slabs. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to change this roof to slabs. And done. Now I left this last row as just regular blocks. However, I changed the rest of this roof to slabs. Okay, thanks for watching. Please subscribe.